And singing again. We're going to start with an old English farming song. It's passed down, like Sylvester Manor, passed down through one family. This particular song passed down through a family called the Copper family in Sussex, England, and it really captures the changing of the seasons and what we love about farming and life on the East End especially, and in our home in Maine. So it's called Two Young Brethren. Come all ye jolly plowboys and help me to sing. I'll sing in the praise of you all. If a man he don't labor, how can he get bread? I will sing and make merry with all. It was of two young brethren born. It was of two young brethren born. One he was a shepherd and a tender of sheep, and the other a sower of corn. We will rile it, we will tile it, through mud and through clay. We'll plow it up deeper and low, and after comes the seedsman his corn for to sow, and the harrow to rake it in rows. It is April, it is May, it is June and July. What a pleasure it is for to see the corn grow. In August we will reap it, we will cut sheaf and bind it, and go down with our scythes for to mow. And after we have reaped it off every sheaf, and gathered up every ear, with a drop of good beer, boys, and our hearts full of cheer, we'll wish you another good year. Our barns they are full, our fields they are clear. Here's good health to our family and friends. We'll make no more to do, boys, but we'll plow and we'll sow, and provide for the harvest next year.
Thank you. Yeah, we love singing that one, especially in areas whose soil is so fertile. The soils on the East End are like none other in the world, and it's such a joy to come here and see all of this luscious green bounty growing here on the East End.
We were just in Prince Edward Island, as Penny mentioned, and I couldn't believe it when I saw the potatoes here having arrived back, because they plant a lot of potatoes on Prince Edward Island. It actually reminds me so much of the East End, but all of their potatoes are just peeking out of the ground.
Oh, yeah. Like this.
They're just about this tall. And then we were over here on Scuttle Hole Road, and the potatoes are there in this tall with flowers. It was the most amazing thing.
So we're going to sing an old folk song for you. It's called Say Darling Say, and you'll probably recognize the middle verse.
Yeah.
And I'll try to project as much as I possibly can. Well, I guess there's one seat up here if somebody wants to come.
Wait, do we want to teach them the Say Darling Say part?
Oh yeah. We love it when you join us in singing or songing. We like to call it songing. So there's a refrain at the end of every line, so you can sing along with that one if you want to. And we'll teach you a work song a little later too to get you really belting your vocals out there. All right, sorry.
Say, little girl, would you be mine? All I do is start your iron. Say, tree. We get drunk and lay in the shade. Say, darling, say. We'll get married beneath the old oak tree. Say, darling, say, well, the old oak tree will build our home, never more in this world to roam. Say, darling, say. Hush, slow down, don't say a word. Papa's gonna buy you a mockingbird. Say, darling, say. If that mockingbird don't sing, Papa's gonna buy you a diamond ring. Say, darling, say. If that diamond ring turns brass, Papa's gonna buy you a looking glass. Say, darling, say. If that looking glass gets broke, Papa's gonna buy you a billy goat. Say, darling, say. If that billy goat won't pull, Papa's gonna buy you a garden hoe. Say, darling, say. If that garden pole falls down, still the sweetest little thing in town. Say, darling, say. We'll get married beneath the old oak tree. Say, darling, say. Beneath the old oak tree we'll build our home, never more in this world to roam. Say, darling, say. Well, as the case may be, there are a lot of families that have been out here for even more generations than mine. And I'm thinking of the Halseys, I'm thinking of the Gardners, although that's part of my family too. But I'm also thinking about the Native Americans, the Shinnecock's, who've been here, and the Montaukets. They've actually been here many more generations than my family, and are an example of stewardship and what living in a place can mean, and caring deeply for your place. And I feel like I have to mention that because I don't have to mention it, but I want to mention it. Because I think, you know, part of what we're doing at Sylvester Manor is about putting roots down and helping people realize what help people take the long view about what it means to take care of a place. And, you know, we've got people in our community right around us, right here, who can help us with that. So.
On that note,
there's
a tune from right here from Long Island. It's called Setauket, and it was collected by a fellow named William Sidney Mount, who may be better known for his paintings than his music necessarily, but he was an incredible fiddler in classical violins on Long Island, and at one point the New York Philharmonic invited him to be the first chair of violin, and he said, well, I think I'd rather just stay put and play for barn dances with the locals. And so he was an amazing tune collector, and he's got hundreds of songs that he's recorded or written down from his fiddling community. And this is one of them. It's called Setauket, and we learned it from a friend of ours, Jeff Davis. Something like that.
We can't start playing this before I mention that the person he learned this tune from, his name was Hannibal Clapp, and William Sidney Mount was a young man, like something 10, 12, 13 when he learned this from a fellow named Hannibal Clapp. Hannibal Clapp was an African-American fiddler, part of there was a great Long Island fiddling tradition that African-Americans brought here, along with the banjo that Edith was just playing. And there's just this rich and beautiful history collected in the papers of William Sidney Mount, who we all think of as a painter, but actually he was an ethnomusicologist, and he collected the songs of his neighbors, as Edith said. And you can see in his paintings, though, along with his papers, these amazing pictures of African American fiddlers and banjo players up in Setauket area. So it's our pleasure to keep this song going too. It's from Animal. Okay, next up on the hit parade, we're going to sing a sea shanty. We're just giving you a little sample of what has been in your backyard for 360 at least years. This is a sea shanty, probably, well, I learned it aboard a schooner in Maine, where I grew up, in Penobscot Bay. All the tall ships used to be, instead of all these noisy tractor-trailer trucks, we had beautiful works of art and meaningful work for people to do on the works of art, which was shipping goods back and forth here and there with the power of the wind and the power of song. So this is a song that would have been used on one of those ships to raise the sails or bring up the anchor. It's called Haul on the Bowline, and the bowline we all know as the always untieable knot, but I learned recently from a friend who had a job on an even bigger tall ship that sometimes to get off the dock they would wrap the bow line out around a pier and back onto the deck, and they would pull themselves off the dock if the wind wasn't going the right direction, and that's what this song refers to, hauling on the bowline, hauling on the bow line as we would say today. So, this requires your help. If we're going to get this library off the dock, we need everyone to sing. So, the line that I want you guys to join in on sounds like this. Repeat after me. Haul on the bowline, haul! Try that. Haul on the bowline, haul! That's pretty good. But there's a stiff onshore breeze this afternoon. We need more power. So, what I want you to do is, when on haul, I need you to all reach up like you're actually hauling on something. Try it. I know we're all too cool here to do anything audience participatory. But I'm asking you to let go of whatever's holding you back, because we're going to get this thing off the dock. So reach on up. There you go. Look. Ready? Haul on the bowline, haul! That's right. Grab onto the rope and haul. One more time. Ready? Haul on the bowline, haul! Haul on the bowline, you got to get it going. Haul on the bowline, haul! Haul on the bowline, you got to keep a rolling. Haul on the bowline, haul! King Louis was the king of France before the Revolution. Haul on the bowline, haul! Then he got his head chopped off, it spoiled his constitution. Haul on the bowline, haul! the girls, your lips will get quite moldy. Oh, on the bowling, the bowling. Oh, on the bowling, the captain is a growling. On the bowling, the bowling. Oh, on the bowling, the seagulls are calling. On the bowling, the bowling. Oh, that's it.
Thank you so much for singing with us. It's been great.
Well done. I should say I learned that on the decks of the J&E Riggin, which is a 120-foot oyster dredger that actually spent many years in Greenport Harbor, but then moved up to Maine where I grew up. So this is a very strange coincidence that when I was interviewing an old-timer on Shelter Island named Rolly Clark about his life fishing, he spent an entire wonderful life fishing. He said that as a kid, when he was 10 years old, he used to go onto that exact same boat when he was in Greenport. He learned all the lines from the old-time captain that was there. Kind of a cool story. I almost fell off my chair when he told me that.
So we're going to play one more tune for you, and then we'll take a really quick break. Just a little one to stretch our legs and get some more of that great lemonade.
Two more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. We'll play two more.
She's trying to axe this next one.
No, I'm not. I won't do that.
No, but we are going to play two more. We're going to take a really quick break so you can get a drink, catch some fresh air, buy a CD from us, ask questions about whatever you want. Then we'll come back. We'll play 5 or 6 more and make sure we get you on your way in time for whatever dinner engagements you have. So, oh gosh, I'm really excited to sing this. This is my East End premiere. Actually, this is my American premiere of this song. I sang this in Prince Edward Island, but I've never sung it on publicly on American turf. And I'm very proud to do it because it's a classic old-time song. It's been collected in the Ozarks and in the Appalachians, but it was also collected in Moscow, Maine in 1991 by a friend of mine named Jeff Smokey McKean, by an old-timer who had grown up in the woods, basically had this one passed down from his parents. And it tells of the great Maine tradition, and actually long East End tradition of going out to the community house or the Grange Hall for a dance with your neighbors, a contra dance with your neighbors. And it used to be, and actually it still is, luckily, in our communities here and in Maine, that there are these little community halls. Farmers would get together and kick their heels up on a Saturday night using dance moves that are hundreds of years old. Still being done at the Watermill Community House, actually. September through May, I believe. Is that right? On which day? First Saturday? First Saturday. And Dick and Bess are over here are our first, really our elders of the contra dance community here on the East End. So this is for you guys. I'm not sure if you've ever heard this one before, but I hope you enjoy it. Springtime of 1865, I thought myself quite lucky that I was still alive. I harnessed up my horses, my business to pursue, and set to hauling cordwood like my daddy used to do. I grabbed my bridle and my saddle and I headed for the barn. I harnessed up my horses, never thinking any harm. I rode away quite quickly. Quite a thrill. I scarce had time to catch my breath when I reached the top of the hill. Let's ride. There I met an old acquaintance whose name I can't recall. She told me when and where that there was going to be a ball. I was hard to be persuaded, but at last fiddler was going to be. Well, I got there nice and early, never leaving things to chance. Then 4 of us stout fellows got out on the floor to dance. The fiddler being willing, her arms a being strong. She played the tunes and downies made for 4 hours long. Play 'em! Balance and swing your partner! Forward and back! Ladies chain! Right hand star! Now the evening star has risen, boys, and we've danced enough. We'll spend our last $50 to settle up this fuss. We'll go home to our plows, boys, we'll whistle and we'll sing. And I scarce would get caught out there with this wild crew again. Now come all you old women who peddle news about. Don't tell on us young fellas, we're mad enough without. And come along you old boys and don't you make a fuss. For when you was young you did the same, only a whole lot worse. So again, if you want to have as much fun as they did in that song, you should look for the contra dances at the Watermill Community Center on the first Saturday of every month from September through May.
Or over at Sylvester Manor on August 2nd.
That's right.
And we'll be playing with some friends there.
Yeah.
And we'll be outside in the field, in our veggie field, right underneath the shadow of the big windmill that was there.
It's definitely worth coming to Shelter Island on August 2nd. To the veggie field on Manwaring Road. So,
yeah, here's an old time tune that we just learned. It's called Needle Case, and we just love old time. So, yeah, here's this one, and we'll take a quick break. Yes. Yes.
As the program goes, though, we have 10 minutes now to catch our breath. Answer any questions you have. 5 minutes? 5 minutes. We'll be sitting right here, ready to answer your questions. There are refreshments still in there.
Yeah, I just want to say, those of you who had some already, can you bring your little, garbage and put it in our garbage can? That would be very nice. And there's a garbage can right there too. And so do come back. Second set is short, and browse around in our cool eating room and take a look at what's coming up next as well.
Yeah, you got to come back because we got some surprises for you. You definitely want to stick around for the surprises.
What is surprise? Well, we got to move this chair out of the aisle.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Surprise her.
Sure. Well, this is Bennett and I. We made this for a wedding. This is.
So she still, Mary still has to be approved.
Oh, by the board.
Yeah,
One of those things.
the financial test.
And this is an old
I know, it's so hard, isn't it?
Yeah, but they should like her very much.
Well, they should like her very much. Actually,
yes. More nice. I know there must be a lot.
Oh, how was that?
Yes, yeah. And both of this one, but there are no new ones. There are no just.
Email
Oh, me.
Yes, that's actually a big part of the
Is he okay over here? I don't.
Okay, yes, well, you might want to follow your history.
You can always say, hey,
Helping us design and tweak.
I get carried away. Oh, no.
And mention that you were here and that you Okay. Good. Okay, good. Glad you're here.
Good. I love it. So good.
Sorry? Hey, you're a lot of
I think as the winters are so long and it's such a farming community that there's not much else to do.
for worldwide opportunities.
Thanks so much. Well, there are
You could do it.
4 left.
Are you at St. Oh yeah, you can just camp out of the shoes. That's what you want well, we don't advertise it on our website. Honestly, we've had a couple folks who have so
and there's 3 times the
Well, you want to make sure you come a week back. Email info
I've been to like 5 of the 10 towns.
Talking about the crooked road?
Yes, I just asked her.
You did? Oh, man.
super fresh. Large chickens at night. She is on the patio.
Okay, we're about to get started again. We're happy to see that most of you stayed. Okay, coming up, music-wise, Rhonda Danae on July 10th. She's great.
I saw her. She's very good. Everybody come.
Obed Jean-Louis, guitar, vocals. He'll be with Jay Schneiderman, our legislator.
Doing what?
July 24th,
What does he do?
plays the drums. Eastbound Freight, Bluegrass, on August 7th. Jerome Ligon and Friends on August 11th. Anyway, we've got a lot going on. We really appreciate the fact that most of you called to sign up. We're happy to have you anyway, but we'd love to know numbers. We were pretty prepared today. So, since you may not hear from me again, I want you to join me in thanking Edith and Bennett and welcoming them back.
Well, that's kind of a downer way to start a set. Not sure why we did that, but I don't know. It's an old song. We really love it. It's from down south. I was actually born in Asheville, North Carolina. And so, I don't know, somehow I got these old southern mountain song thing going through my life. Now, be honest, we moved away when I was 1.5 years. So I don't have a lot of credibility when it comes to Southern Appalachian songs and tunes, but I sure love them. This next one Edith's going to sing is, we got a little more street cred on this because she learned it from an old friend. Edith grew up as part of a really incredible old-time music community in Maine. Really vibrant group of fiddlers and banjo players and guitar players and singers. And she actually grew up sleeping behind the piano at contra dances in Maine, where her parents' friends would be thumping away on the piano, and they'd tuck her into the guitar case with some blankets and put her to sleep. And one of those friends taught her this song that we're going to sing next.
That's true. Katie Newell, she did. I continue. Oh dear, sorry.
Edith, this is the surprise.
Tuning song.
The surprise is that Edith has tuned her fiddle in a way that most people have never heard the fiddle tune before. It's called CG tuning. And so instead of your normal G, D, A, E tuning, it's CG. So it takes a little bit to get the whole fiddle kind of to sort of ease into that tuning. It actually changes the tension, and the whole body shape changes slightly. And it makes it seriously, and it makes it just ever so hard to keep in tune. So, but the payoff is that it sounds really cool. All right. So we just had lobsters the other night for dinner. What's the difference between a Greyhound bus terminal and a lobster with breast implants? Nobody. One is a crusty bus station and the other is a busty crustacean. Ready?
Possum and I went to see, had the possum up tall over the tree, singing, oh Blue, you're a good dog, oh Blue, you're a good dog. Well, I roasted up the possum all nice and brown, and sweet potatoes and all around. you're a good dog, you. Oh, you're a good dog, you. Now when I get to heaven, you know what I'll do. When I get to heaven, you know what it's gonna do. When I get to heaven, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'll pick out my horn and I'll call for Blue. Singing, oh Blue, you're a good dog, you. Oh Blue, you're a good dog, you.
We'll send that one out to all the pup dogs back home.
Yeah.
Boy, you know, it is great to see so many friends here in the crowd. Do we have a request? Oh, this little girl.
Nice. Let's do that. Let's do that instead of this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, no, instead of
Instead of.
let's do it down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got it.
We got a Swedish tune queued up, and then we'll play Prettiest Little Girl in the County.
Oh, this humidity. Oh, a little hard on the instros.
It is.
That's okay.
We love Swedish tunes. They've got a really interesting kind of craziness to them that we can't stop listening to. So we're going to play one for you. It's from a great thing about a lot of Swedish tunes is they're rooted in a sense of place. Many of them are named after the little village or the little county or community that they come from. And this one is Polska from Småland. And Polska is the name of the dance that accompanies the tune. And Småland is the name of the region that this is from. So Polska from Småland. Yeah. Thank you.
I know we collect songs from all over the place. We just latch on to whatever we love, and it turns out we really love a lot. So I hope we're not. Are you really getting a taste of everything here tonight? So I'm glad.
But it's not without a sense of order, because for me it's like there's this great tapestry that we're all right in the middle of, and looking back through time, you've got all the patchwork of all of your ancestors and all of my ancestors, all of our ancestors going back. And it's like a great tapestry with all these threads, and they're going through, and in this moment we're weaving the next bolt of the tapestry. And then in that direction, we don't know what they're going to be weaving, but it's going to be really cool as long as we keep going right now. So it's a great thing about America too. We have people from all over the world. All of us here in this group right here, we just got so many different colors, all the colors of the rainbow, all weaving into this tapestry.
Shall we play?
Yeah, we're going to honor this request. And this is the lead track on our album here.
Oh.
Green one. And I made this paper cut art myself for the wedding, for Edith and Ira's wedding. We got married as, Penny actually came up with a date, which I thought was pretty good.
Got it from you.
So we're coming up on our 30th anniversary next week. And so I'm going to send this out to my bride.
Aww.
The prettiest little girl in the county.
We're in C.
Are we?
Yes.
They both said so. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the evening. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the evening. Oh, swing 'em like you love 'em, boys, you ain't above 'em. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the evening. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the evening. Oh, pretty little girl in the county, oh, all dressed up in calico. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the evening. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the evening. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the morning, in the evening, yeah. Coast of Maine, oh that Edith drives me insane.
Love her in the morning.
I'm gonna love her in the evening. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the evening. Prettiest little girl on Shelter Isle, oh that Edith makes me smile. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the evening. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the evening. I'm gonna love her in the morning. I'm gonna love her in the evening. for the request. We are getting a little toward the end of this little shindig here. We got 2 more for you. And what I would like to do is sing, this is going to be another new one for this crowd, I think. It's a really fun song. I learned it in Brattleboro we played a festival there called the Northern Roots Festival, Brattleboro, Vermont. And I learned this from a concertina player named Andy Davis. And it's just one of my favorite new songs that I've been singing. And it's one that we all can join in on. And it's about rolling home at the end of whatever sort of revelry you've got up your sleeve. In our case, it's this. So, I want you to sing, repeat after me. When we go rolling home. Try that. When we go rolling home. When we go rolling home. Listen, listen. When we go rolling home. Try that. When we go rolling home. Listen. When we go rolling, rolling. When we go rolling home. Ready? All right. Okay, we'll do the first half of that. It sounds like this. When we go rolling. Try that. When we go rolling. And listen. Rolling when we go rolling home. Try that. Rolling when we go rolling home. Is that too high?
Yep.
Is that what I'm hearing?
It's hard.
It's fine? Alright. If it's too high, sing an octave lower. Or a harmony, you can go down. You want me to go down now? Okay. We'll do that chorus one more time all together. Ready? When we go rolling home, when we go rolling home, when we go rolling, rolling, when we go rolling home. That's the idea. And the last line of every verse sounds a lot like the chorus, and you can sing it too. But it's not the chorus starting, just so you know. It's the last line of the verse. All right, here we go. The round goes the wheel of fortune. Don't be afraid to ride. There's a land of milk and honey rests on the other side. There'll be peace and there'll be plenty. You'll never need to roam. When we go rolling home, when we go rolling home. That was the last line of the verse. Now comes the chorus. When we go rolling home, when we go rolling home, when we go rolling, rolling, when we go rolling home. The gentry in their fine array do prosper night and morn, while we unto the fields do go to plow and sow the corn. It may seem they are all powerful, but the glory is our own. When we go rolling home, when we go rolling home. Blast it. When we go rolling home, when we go rolling home, when we go rolling, rolling, when we go rolling home. The frost is on the hedgerows, the icy winds do blow, and we stout-hearted farmers trudge through the rain and snow. Stand true and stand together, your labor is your own. When we go rolling home, 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 when we go rolling, rolling, when we go rolling home. So pass the bottle around and let your toasts run free. Here's a health to every fiddler, wherever she may be. Fair labor now and ever, let's reap what we have sown. When we go rolling home, 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 when we go rolling, rolling, when we go rolling home, when we go rolling home, when we go rolling home, when we go rolling, rolling, when we go rolling home. Yeah. So speaking of home, you might, I keep saying things about Sylvester Manor and Shelter Island without actually saying what it is. What it is my ancestors 11 generations ago bought the island from an Englishman who claimed he owned it. Then he got sued by the Manhasset tribe that was actually living there, and he bought it from them. It's been passed down through my family over those generations in funny different ways. It hasn't been a direct line. That's why it's called Sylvester Manor, not Knesney Manor. But when my uncle inherited it in 2006, he wanted to give it to me, and I said, A, I can't afford to own this, and B, I don't think I really should own it. I think everyone should own it. I think the whole community should keep it, and in the effort to look 360 years ahead, how would we get it to go another 360 years, basically? And my family, the way we've kept it is by selling off land every generation. And pretty soon you end up with nothing with that model. So I think a much better model for this place, which has so much history. It was a slave plantation for much of its history, from 1652 until 1827. It was the home of the father of the chemical food industry, who lived there and was the first chemist at Harvard. It was the home of a fellow who was doing wheat research for the new American government. And we have letters from Thomas Jefferson thanking him for his wheat research. It's really an extraordinary place, and we found under the lawn, the archaeologists found a pot that has a Native American shape, European handles, and was fired using a process that was brought over by slaves from Africa. So for me, the history of the place really stretches much earlier than my family. It stretches much further beyond my family. And is a way to help us think about how to live well. What are the ingredients of living well? So food is a huge one, sense of place, sense of history, art, all of those things, music, all of those things coming together in what we call life, in our everyday lives. And also another huge part of it for me is fair labor, because it was a place where fair labor and joy in work were not a part of it for a long time for most people. So that's why I sing that last song, especially. I'm really excited about that last song because it has a line about fair labor. And what we're trying to do going forward is try to help figure out what does it mean to do food fairly for the future generations. So we don't have answers, really. We're just starting to ask. But I think that's the first step. So we hope you'll come over and check us out. I left a lot of info on some of the seats up in front, and then I ran out. I didn't realize there'd be so many people here. I'm so glad you're all here. But if you need more information, you might stick around and find some things that people have left behind if they do leave it behind. Otherwise, you can go to sylvestermanor.org and learn a lot more about what we're doing there. Sylvester, S-Y-L-V-E-S-T-E-R, Manor, M-A-N-O-R. Or you could just swing by. The farm stand's open most days this summer. Delicious food stuff, and check out all of our cool events. Contra Dance, we got Shakespeare in July, and a big festival in October, on October 11th, celebrating the harvest and singing work songs as we plant garlic. So, we're going to finish off with a fiddle tune here to kind of get you bopping in your seats on the way out the door.
From our ancestors in Quebec.
Yeah. Anybody here have Quebecois ancestry?
From Quebec.
Anybody have
From
French
Quebec?
ancestry?
In Canada?
We got a Quebec. This is for you then. But really, if you like fiddle music, this is for you. So.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. We'll stick around afterwards to say hi and whatever else you want to talk about. Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.